Our living values is that we must have thriving people, thriving planet, and then we can have thriving businesses. If we have it the other way around, where we have thriving businesses first, and we don't have thriving people and planet, that business cannot be sustainable in this age. So if our tourism is going to change, we need a skills revolution. And we must change tourism to become an applied science. And this transformation has to happen with product innovation. We cannot continue business as usual. Even our 3-night or 2-night, 3-day safaris, we need to innovate them for everyone. I was extremely impressed, and everybody who came to that conference was asking, is this really possible? We have this space, this thrivability is another space where we come together to look at what are the key defining things in tourism today. And today, the guns have turned to mice, the meetings, incentives, conferences, and event sector. And we have many different players coming into this summit to also tell us how it has been done elsewhere.
My name is Kezi, and I'm the founder for Zuri Events. Zuri Events is what we call a sustainable event management firm. We did not begin as a sustainable event management firm in the strict meaning of the word. We began as an event management firm. And we began to do corporate events and conferences and exhibitions. And then we realized we were not going to be sustainable unless we began to practice sustainable MICE practices because of our work. And we began to give more thought to how we execute events, how we do the vision casting for the event, and even how we bring clients on board to begin to understand how can they make the event more sustainable and yet more impactful. It is generally assumed that going green means bigger budgets. It is assumed that going green means more cost. So the moment you go and make a pitch to a client on a sustainable MICE or a green event, they'll be thinking, what is the cost implication? In August of 2017, Cabinet Secretary for Tourism made some remarks regarding the projections for the tourism sector in 2017. And he projected, despite the fact that it was an electioneering year, that the tourism sector was going to grow by 20%, up, I think, from 17% the previous year. But what was very keen to note is that he indicated that that growth was going to be fueled by the MICE industry. The meetings, incentives, conferencing, and exhibition space. That is what was going to fuel the growth of the tourism sector. And indeed, in I think February this year, the minister confirmed that the sector the tourism sector had actually grown by 20.3%. I think it's time as a country that we begin to reflect on the opportunities that the MICE industry portended for the tourism sector. What opportunities are we not leveraging? The global MICE industry is estimated to be worth, I think, $30 billion as at 2016. Event legacy is simply beginning to think, what are the implications of the event on the host community? What are the economic implications, or how can we ensure that the host community benefits from hosting the event? It is beginning to think, what harm does that event cause? Or what benefit is left with the host community? So thinking and focusing on the why. And that begins from the point of creating or conceptualizing the event. It begins from the vision casting aspect, building a bigger why. In Kenya, when we ask most corporates, what's the objective of this event? So we just want to launch a product. Oh, we have a meeting, we just want we have a budget. You know? But there is now a global trend towards thinking.
As the Association for the Singapore Business Events Industry and in line with the Singapore Tourism Board's sustainability guidelines, SASIOS believes that sustainability no longer is a buzzword. It is a global business reality today that needs to be adopted and embraced by MICE industries sooner rather than later.
Sweden has been ranked for 2 years in the Global Destination Sustainability Index as tops. And what they have done is just environmental certifications for the different hotels and ensuring that hotels enhance their uptake for sustainable actions, such as energy, how energy is being used, water conservation. We have hotels across the world that will do urban agriculture just to ensure that they're able to control the process of farm to food.
Already we have established that we have a gap in the human capital in the maize industry, because most of the people who are actually involved in the maize business have no training or skills in the event management or the maize management industry. It is because of our somewhat mentioned about production and consumption patterns. It's our production and poor consumption patterns that is actually ailing the world, and therefore the need for sustainability.
That is one of the things that we have to do. Rewire the old building with a new wiring system, wires which are better quality, less resistance, with modernized features and stuff like that. All those things in the electrical field. I'm not an expert, but we did that. Then we went to look at changing all the bulbs, from the fluorescents and the normal bulbs to what we now call energy savings and later LEDs, right? Which use less electricity and can be able to give us more light.
We are moving from the traditional method of planting trees, whereby you plant, go dig seedlings, and then you have to water them. It's very expensive and time consuming. So this, you just throw them onto the ground and they will grow and they will sprout on their own when the rains come. So it's a very simple way of tree planting. I'm very concerned about maintaining the ecological balance in the ecosystem of this country, considering the substantial fact that we are lagging behind in reforestation efforts. I think this is a solution to Kenya's reforestation efforts.
The dirty water, which is here, then you can bring that to this, you can see, if you cannot see, like this. Water, it's a pot.
I work in different counties, and it's good to see how we can be able to journey together, especially to take the whole green event across the other counties.
We have expansion and refurbishment for all the existing facilities that now you want to expand and refurbish.